Hello, Thursday, 16th, is it? November. Excuse me. How are you people? How am I? How is the world? Cheers. It's the daily check-in, I don't particularly have anything to share. Something will rise. Um, I want to let newer viewers know that I read comments. I appreciate them, but I'm not going to get into a conversation, generally speaking, in the comments. I might respond and I might not. Some folks, they ask questions and it's like I give a net response and they want more, and it's like, nope. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because that's how I do it. So, just so you know, okay, nothing personal. Nothing personal. So, yesterday was a work day, so I really only have a couple records that I played yesterday because I was busy with work, my own personal work. Okay, my home, me, and my music. As I said, you could easily think that I sit here all day, every day, but if I did, I would be all fat and bloated and out of shape. I can't do that. I can't do that. Um, okay, so right quick, a little bit more on because I told you one thing I wanted to do yesterday, and I did that, is to listen more deeply to some of the Roman numeral records that I received. One that stands out really well to me is this Oarroom album. He sent me two of this guy's records. Of the two, I like the other cover better than this cover, but I like this music better. There's a female vocalist on here. I don't pay attention to the words. I just really don't. But this has a real nice atmosphere. Through the archway of mouths. And again, I must point out the high quality of these releases. This paper, that ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? And it's appropriate. Music is an art form, and when people can afford to present things like this, it's awesome. So, good label. I like this. Now, I did play this one as well. Deep Cross, and what is this word? Is it ghost? Cost? Khost? Cost? Deep Cross, not as impressive musically, frankly. It's a nice package. Both sides, I listen to both sides, waiting for something cool to happen. Don't take any offense, but this is just okay. This is just okay. The Oja Sum so far is like, that's a winner. That's good. That's some good stuff. Okay. So, the other thing to say is I'm basically reactivated again. I go through periods of doing art and music, and then there'll be periods where I'm not. I don't. When I was much younger, I used to worry about writer's block and all that bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't even think there's such a thing as writer's block. Creativity, and it's not an ego process. For me, and I think this is probably really true. The the wonder of creating and expressing music and art is being open to it coming through you. It doesn't originate from us, it comes through us. That's my experience. So I'm in the studio. Blake was by yesterday. He had to work, but we are going to try to set up a schedule so we can get back to work on the Muse number 2. This got played all the way through, all 6 sides. Probably going to be doing some collages. I'm preparing to do some collages, gathering materials. So while I was doing that, Bowie 78. I showed this online, and a friend of mine, Les from Lincoln, shared with me. No need to get jealous, but in a positive, fun way, I was jealous when he told me, I saw that tour. Bowie, this is great. It's a good recording. It's a good board recording. But on top of that, it's like Bowie's music is so influential after the fact that it's like when he played these shows, it was like greatest hits shows without the songs ever necessarily being in the charts, but their influence and their ubiquitousness in people's lives comes through when, song after song after song, Sound and Vision, Breaking Glass, Fame, Beauty and the Beast, Genie, Be My Wife, Heroes, every song, it's like they permeate they permeate our lives. The music does. Long live Bowie. Through the music. A little more on. Got a big pile down here that needs to get put away. It's still, yeah. So as I said the other day, my friend Frank stopped by and we watched some of the Prince Diamonds and Pearls at Glam Slam. That comes it's the DVD that comes with the bonus version of this. I don't have it, but someone's already uploaded the videos online so we can watch them. And I must say that the band at this point live are just untouchable, just smoking hot. The band is just, and then Rosie Gaines, frankly, she outsings Prince on the footage that comes with the extra of this. As a musician, artist, I think I can see in a couple of spots where it's like Rosie Goose's Prince. It's like the song Diamonds and Pearls is in a low register, so even for Prince, he wrote it. It was hard for him to get those low notes. Rosie is right in her range, so when she comes in with her parts, they're super strong. And I swear I can detect even just a little bit in Prince's face where he's like, I better get it on. I better get my shit together, Rosie's on point, and I cannot, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Prince really was my kind of person. You can also see, not just in that video I'm talking about, but in almost all of the live videos, you can see where he is completely energized and activated by the music. That is his world. He loves to play, and he loves when the band is good. I do too, and I notice that not all artists are like this, but I like it when you see artists responding to the music in real time when things are going real well, and they can't help but show it. It's like, yeah, we're kicking ass right now, aren't we? It's a good feeling. The last bunch of Discus Music records I got, I spoke about them. I haven't gotten back to them, but I just want to say again, I appreciate that they send me this stuff, and it's a label for you to know about. Something I was thinking about doing, and I think I'll just go ahead and get up and do it, is show some compilation albums. Let me go get some. Okay. Okay. So compilations are interesting. And sampler albums. When I was younger, it was a lifeline because it's like, you know, samplers and comps to get people to buy the records would be cheap. And so that sometimes that would be all I could afford would be the comps. So I have an appreciation for them. So I just grabbed a bunch. Let me see what I get here. First ones I got here is the Rubble series. I don't have all of these, but this is a great series. This is number 8. Originally came out on the Bam Caruso label and then was relicensed to Past and Present. Freak Beat and Psych Pop from the UK mainly, in Europe, mainly UK. These are great. I love them. I love them. And these, CBS Columbia, they over the years have done some very cool, interesting, and even controversial compilation albums over the years. I tend to find the ones from Europe more interesting, and this is one, even though most of the people on here are US. This probably came out in the US, but this is an import copy. This series on the big label, I only have a few of these, so this is number 10. I'd love to have them all. Some early recordings on like people like Soft Machine, Davy Graham, besides this one here with Jimmy Page and Sonny Boy Williamson, Julie Driscoll. Cool stuff. You know, it's like, yeah. And then there's this series. I only have a few of these. I wish I had them all. Here's the first one. It's a label that was started by Chris Cutler of Henry Cow Recommended Records. The first sampler that they put out. This also is so cool because my friend Dave Newhouse and his band The Muppins from America. What an honor to be included on this with that cool ass, I mean, like recommended record sound. This is like the best of the best. I mean, not only the Muppins were on here, but Artzoid, Decibel, Universe Zero, Faust, Stormy Six, Picchio del Pozo, Henry Cow, R. Stevie Moore, and it's a solid program. Everything on here is really quite interesting. Very cool. And then they did these quarterlies. I just have a couple. The recommended quarterlies. Volume 1, number 1 I have. This one, unfortunately, doesn't have the booklet because they would come with these fat booklets of information. This one does have the booklet. Volume 1, number 3, Recommended Records Quarterly. And again, the selection of music and where it's coming from on these are just excellent, you know? Rock and Opposition is, in a way, a touch point for the artists that you would find on these. Love those. I'd love to get more. This is QED. I forget the story about this. I think it was a place in Europe, possibly Belgium, that held interesting concerts that were kind of outside of the mainstream. Let me see here. Is there, yeah. Some of the artists, oh, I forgot. I completely forgot that this has a 7-inch. Completely forgot that. But this album has exclusive performances by people, Einstürzen de Neubauten, the Hafler Trio. Do you know about the Hafler Trio? Clegg, Let me see if I can get another name on here that you might know. Etant Donné. Yeah. Man. Test department. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on here. QED. I haven't listened to this in a long time. I completely forgot it had a 7-inch. How about that? Cool one from New Zealand, I think. Citadel Records is a label. Australia. Positively Elizabeth Street, a Citadel compilation. When Flying Nun Records came to my attention, I started to follow that label and to take more attention to Australia. This has some good bands on it. In particular, I like the New Christs and the Moths on here. Died Pretty made a bit of noise in America, but to me, compared to these other bands, I don't know why. I thought they're not the best band on here. They're not even the most interesting. And here we have some of those old Polydor comps. These are really well done. Really well done. Lots of information, and they made it fun for the kids because this is back in the 70s, and they're doing colored vinyl. You know, colored vinyl is not new. It's all the rage ever since the resurgence of vinyl popularity. But vinyl, colored vinyl is not new. It's not. So that's one. This one is really good. Everyone from Jack Bruce to Fat Mattresses on here. 10-Wheel Drive with Genya Ravan. Here's another one I got recently. At the last record show, this was given to me. A Polydor. I showed this recently. Compilation with, again, the same format, but let's show the record. It's another color vinyl variation, and a cool one. A cool one. See, splatter. That's nothing new. Splatter vinyl. That's not a new thing at all. And then sometimes when it's been a while, but there'll be times in the past when a compilation is just the right thing to put on, so you can just kind of like browse. It's a way of, what's next? What's next? Okay, this is good. This is good. What's next? I'd like to get all of these. This is Pop Revolution from the Underground. Is this German? Well, it's not American, but it's compilation on Beautiful. That's Al Cooper in the picture, not Cat Stevens. That's Al Cooper. Isn't that beautiful? This is from the 70s, okay? So I think there's 4 or 5 variations of this. I have two. Because the discs are gorgeous. See the difference? Yeah, I wouldn't mind having all of the variations. Those come out really nice. And the selection is on these is really rather commercial, or rather it's aimed at selling records for sure. I mean, like you got Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Moby Grape, Spirit, The Electric Flag, Chambers Brothers are on here. So that's something. When Blake stopped by yesterday, hung out for a bit before he went to work. I said, I think he told me about playing with Willie Chambers of the Chambers Brothers, but can you tell me that story again? And I'm glad I did, because through the story I hear that, you know, wherever he lives, he is like the local superhero rock star, and he is well regarded by the locals, and it was quite a privilege for my friend Blake to get to play with him. Plurex, a label out of Holland, and this is a neat design. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open it. Plurex, Nazmak. I don't have the album anymore. That had a unique cover, die cut cover. And this one like a watch, you know. And this is real good. It's got Exmal Deutschland Section 25 mini pops. I love mini pops. Plurex, really cool label. Interestingly, Sakamoto's album Thousand Knives, his first solo album, was released by that label too. I'm just gonna stay a little bit longer because nature is calling. I hate that in the morning. You know, I try to. Anyway, someone sent this to me. I didn't know about it. Sure glad they did. Peruvian funk. Sure am glad they did. And I'm looking. I think it's a yellow vinyl. Yeah, this is not half stepping. This is some good shit. I really didn't know about these artists. Did I? No, I knew about Black Sugar. Otherwise, this was like news to me. Really appreciate this stuff. That reminds me, I did watch some programming last night before I went to bed, and I love the history of music. So I went to this channel. I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it up. The channel is called Bands Planing. And so I watched their history on Soviet punk and new wave. I love it because I always find out that, well, you know, because I'm so interested, I actually will already know a little bit about some of these bands. Like when they talk about Soviet, I remember when they were trying to push Boris Grebenshchikov on MTV's 120 Minutes. You know, it was a flop. But I remember that. But I bought the Zabuki Mu album that was produced by Brian Eno. I still have that. But besides that, I watched their segment on Zambia Rock, Zamrock. I have Witch on vinyl, and I'd heard of some of the other bands. They had the they talk about Les Réalisés de Nude, the Japanese psych band that hijacked a plane. I have a couple of their records. That was interesting. And I watched Peru's response to 60s rock, Cumbia. I had heard of those records. I don't have any of them though. But I love to explore stuff like that. So that's what I have today, you know, and thank you for buying Interlude, and please keep buying it, folks, okay? I will not do Patreon. I hate that the way the world is set up is that we're always having to sell something, and that everything is tainted by advertising and the market. That's why I don't do Patreon, because that's not my focus. I need, like everyone else, I need to make the money, but it's not what I want to talk about. So I'm not going to do Patreon. I hate those spiels that people have to do. I don't want to do it. Am I shooting myself in the foot? Am I stubbornly hurting myself by not getting that revenue? Maybe, but that's what little power I have. I hate that that's the way the world is. So as much as I cannot participate in that mindset, that's what I'm doing. I am not here just to sell you some shit. I need to sell you some of my music. That's the truth of it. What's fun is sharing all of this, okay? Not the goddamn money. That shit pisses me off. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. It's like, you know, pick up on this good ass music. All right? Okay? All right, that's enough. It's 24 minutes. I'm making all this noise. I'm putting these records away. Man, I got a bunch of records out now. I gotta go and put this shit away. Okay, y'all. Have a good day.